together from here on out.
Yes, there you have it. Beautiful, beautiful wedding courtesy of YouTube. And that was Matilda and Mike's wedding 2020. If you want to watch the entire wedding, it's an interracial wedding, and I think it really did captivate me. It was uploaded in June 29th, the year 2020. So if you want to see Mike's and Matilda's wedding, that's just a glimpse of it. Now, some beautiful, pomp and color right there. And I was following Shiro Njuguna's Instagram for a long time. I followed her story actually, and also on TikTok. She's very bubbly and she loves to dance with her children, with her family, with her husband. And most of the times I'd see very interesting comments on her, on her comment section, and how she'd respond to that. Really, that gave me a different, perspective, gave me a different kind of woman, the bravery, the boldness, the beauty that came with it. And I thought, how about have Shiro here talk to me about her journey and how she overcomes some very difficult challenges, and just how she makes it being a mother to the boys, being bubbly, being young, and now very inspirational to the entire women generation. That's how I feel. Shiro, welcome.
Wow, thank you.
When I see you, na natuimbo ya nimekuzoea. I think that's like the latest tune you're into. Naholea sasa naholea. I can't sing the whole thing, but the way you do your thing, you look very happy in your relationship.
I am.
That's the energy we see out here. And first, I'd just like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for creating time.
I'm glad to be here.
I hope that you're going to be okay sharing your story with the viewer this morning.
Definitely.
So, Shiro Njuguna, so far, so good. Who is Shiro?
Oh, okay. So Shiro is a 29-year-old lady.
Yes.
She's a wife, a mommy. She's a content creator, an entrepreneur, motivational public speaker, and other things on the side as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you come out with your hobby on social media and TikTok, and questions come like, why the Muzungu at his age?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight up to the point. Was it all the stereotypes we hear? Was it the money? Was it you want to develop yourself? We were talking here with CJ Atemo earlier on, and we have certain questions. Now, what was it for you?
Yeah.
What was the journey, for you? How did it commence? What really built up your relationship with Greg?
Okay. So, of course, as I've mentioned before, we met on social media. And so for us, it started with friendship, and then it grew to love. Yeah. But it didn't just happen like instantly. It took time. And I know most people, when they see us, they think it's all like roses. Yeah, they don't see the thorns. Of course they don't, right? And they think that it's been so easy for us. Yeah, they don't understand that we have gone through the process, the whole process actually, of trying to build a relationship with each other, right? So we have gone through the challenges of not understanding each other. We have gone through the struggles of, time as wanting different things.
Yes.
But I can say that the fact that we are in love, we have found ways to make it work.
I like that.
But of course, it's not just about love. People say if you love each other, it will work, but it takes more than love. Yeah.
So, a lot of people are thinking, oh, wow, we thought it was simpler because of the maturity levels are different, and people don't think the struggles are the same. Now, before we go deeper into that, there are common questions that interracial couples are asked, and I hope you do not mind. Questions like, I've seen your children. They're a mixed race. And most of the times I've seen comments like, allow me to say it as it is, they say, Niwake kwele. Those kids look Somali, and people ask, are they really, and such things. Are you afraid, were you thinking of it, that your children would be bullied, would be looked at as different? Was it really in your head? Did you even think about that?
No. I never thought about people would not see them as my children. And of course, for the longest time, I've been called the nanny. I've been called, uyunimbocha, from the beginning. And actually, when I was pregnant with the kids, there's this woman who told me you'd have to shave your kids, like you'd have to give them a clean shave so that people don't see them as biracial.
Okay.
And I was like, why? They said because they will call you a prostitute. You know, what were you doing with a white man?
Okay.
Getting kids. But what I came to learn about, so that's the first time that I ever thought or I ever even like had that it can be a problem. But of course, people don't want to admit that so many women out there are attracted to men of different races, you know. There are women, like as for me, even though I've dated a Kenyan man before, my first boyfriend was Kenyan, I only knew I would get married to a white man. And that's because I'm attracted to them, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a preference.
Yeah, it's a preference.
Yes.
And biracial kids is something that come with that. You know, some people say actually you just, wanted to have biracial kids. It's not that you wanted to be with this man. It's the biracial kids you are looking for. And I'm like, well, that's just an icing on the cake. That my kids are biracial, that they look Somali, they look Arab, they look, someone say Pakistani, or all these kind of, things. But it's okay, and there's nothing wrong with biracial children.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
They're absolutely beautiful. I've seen your boys and they are adorable. Now, another question that people ask, and of course I like that we talk to you because you're actually wearing these shoes and we don't want to speculate. People ask, well, how did your parents take it? Because let me not lie, most Kenyan parents that research, look, honestly, they say number one, tutapata pesa. Number two, they say, we cannot. If you cannot marry, some don't even want you to marry from another tribe. How was it for your family?
Okay, so for my family, when it came to me telling them that, Greg exists, I was already pregnant. Okay, so they didn't have time to process it. But I know there are families, most parents would be like, no, don't get married to that man, he's white. And others would be like, yes, bring him, so that, because there's a stereotype that if you're white, you have money. So I understand that there are families who are, have that mindset.
It's a stereotype.
Yeah, it's a stereotype. But, well, for my family, they welcomed Greg, actually, and they are very good friends with my parents. Whenever I'm on a call with my mom or my dad, you can hear him on the background saying, oh, hi, Anthony, hi, Virginia, so they have that cordial relationship that I love very much, So for my parents, it was, let's say, they kind of like, they see him as a son-in-law, even if he's a bit older than both of them, right? But they're like, it's family, he's cool, we love him.
I like it.
Yeah.
Was this the same feeling from Greg's family?
Yes. So from Greg's family, so he has a brother, right? Both of his parents sadly are not there anymore. But his brother, was like, well, good for you, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so get it going. So we can say that we are blessed.
I actually like that this is really a normal relationship, unlike what everyone else is speculating or thinking. I've had instances where couples have been asked, well, so now do people look at you like weirdly when you go out to the malls? I don't want to read it online. I want to know, do they?
They do.
And if they do, really, does it get to you guys? How do you handle that? Because there are couples, interracial couples in the country as well, who are tired of being looked at and they're either now not leaving the house. How do you deal that? Maybe you could give them a pointer or two on how to deal with such kind of challenges.
Yeah, so for us, it's like, we are both hard-headed people, so we don't really care. And if we are to do anything together, in public, we will do it. So a few years ago, we were doing a lot of hanging out in happy places, clubs, right?
Before COVID.
Yeah, before COVID hit, yeah. And we were getting on and dancing and just everybody being like, who are these two? Of course, they think that he has picked me up somewhere, for the night or something.
Oh, wow.
But for us, we know why we are together and we know why, we are happy, because why should I hide? This is the person I have chosen for myself, and I'm not asking anyone to come live my life for me. I am doing it. So, and I feel so sad about, other couples that don't get to enjoy their relationship in public just because they're embarrassed, and I keep saying this, just be proud of your love, be proud of your person. If you're truly with this person for the right reasons, there is no reason for you to be embarrassed, whether it's race, age, let's say physical disabilities, anything. Do not be afraid and just be proud. Just be proud, because who will be proud of your love? Everybody else is living their lives and they are showing off their husbands, their wives, but they want you to hide yours. Like, why should you? I understand there are people who want to be private and on social media you don't want to share your love life. That's fine, but that does not mean you don't go shopping with your husband just because people will give you stares. You get used to it.
I like when you say you do a lot of things together. People assume with that age gap, the generational differences. We've had people who say, my husband doesn't text much because, he's not that. He's on the other side of the world. My husband can do TikTok with me because, hey, TikTok is this millennial thing that's just popping up in Kenya. But we actually see Greg come into your videos. Of course, some certain dance moves don't come out right.
No, it doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work, but we have seen him support. So, of course, there is an aspect that CJ Atemo, the personal development coach, brought out about being supportive to your partner. Your partner is supportive.
Very. 101% supportive. Even today he saw me off when I was leaving home, and he was like, have a nice interview, if I'll be up, I'll watch, So he's very supportive, and I love that about him. And of course it gives me the motivation to keep going, And he loves it when I ask him, Brad, do you want to do a TikTok? He's like, oh yes. He can say yes or he can say later. But he's always, wanting to be there for me. And I love that about him.
Well, I like that. And I hope that you guys are following that. If it doesn't matter what the age is or the race is, your partner who is supportive. They will do what it takes to be there by their partner. Now, something else I know. And I know if I check your Instagram today, Shiro, acha saturudi to Kenya. If I check your DMs, hey, Shiro kuna kamzungu mwingine uko nayo. Connect me. Hook me up, and for some reason there's some status that has been tagged, like you said, people assume. Do you get such DMs?
I do.
Do they have reasons?
On a daily basis, actually.
Daily?
Girls write to me and they're like, Shiro, please, can you connect?
Why the mentality? What do you think we are probably getting wrong as Kenyan women, or just getting right? Yes.
So, okay, I do understand that some of them don't have a way of meeting white men, and they're attracted to these white men, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? And they have a preference. Even here in Kenya, you'll see a guy who wants a dark-skinned girl or a brown skin or chocolate, so it's a preference that comes with like who you are. And so, but some of them write to me saying, I would like to omoka, can you kindly connect me with a white guy?
Bas.
And I'm like, no. I don't. First of all, I don't know, let me say here, actually, this is an opportunity for me.
All right, please.
I do not know single white men who are looking to marry. I honestly do not know them, so I cannot help you, but I tell them something else that has been very controversial when I talk about it.
Okay.
You can do online dating.
All
and
right.
I know that a few years ago, when people were talking about online dating, it was viewed as, that is being promiscuous, and it's, a no-go zone, and only desperate people do that. But it's something that the first world has adapted very, very fast, and for so many years, and it has worked. All right. So I'm like, if you're there looking for someone, you want a stable relationship, you want marriage, go there, state it, and be patient. Your person will come.
State it and be patient.
Yes.
Go there, state it and be patient. Now let's talk about online dating kidogo, because a lot of people are very skeptical, scared, and sometimes you just don't get your person. You go through a few more things, maybe fraud. How was it for you? How did you make it work, you and Greg, communication-wise? Because somebody would want to borrow those steps. They want to, start the journey in dating online, probably get their white person or interracial relationship getting started. But how is it? How do you make it work? Because you just can't go there and log in and then boom. What does it take? Okay,
so for me, when I met Greg, it was Facebook, right? So I wasn't looking to meet anyone. I was like in my late teens, so I wasn't thinking about that, but it happened. But since we've been on and off for 9 years now, there was a time I was single and he was single. And so it's during this period that I tried online dating.
Okay.
And yes, I met people, I made friends, and I met someone through online dating. And so I can talk about that maybe.
Yes.
So when you are online dating, your profile talks so much about who you are. the kind of, let's say, bio you choose to write, the kind of pictures you choose to upload. So what you have to do, you have to stay there that I'm looking for this and this and that. And you post your pictures. Of course, you want people to see you how you want them to see you.
So not the ones without profile pictures or quotes.
No. Of course, people want to. Okay, online dating is like flooded with fraudsters and scammers and all sorts of people, pedophiles, all sorts of people, right? But so you want to go there and just state it as I said. This is what I'm looking for, and you'll get to talk to so many people from all over the world. And so it is for you to have the discernment who is right and who is not. And of course, you'll kiss a few frogs. It might take a while while you're kissing a few frogs, but eventually you might or might not meet someone. But what online dating does, it gives you, let's say, a broader way of meeting people.
Nice.
So it's not a guarantee that you'll meet someone, but it's a possibility. And that's what people do. You want to increase your chances of meeting your person. You can even go there. You don't have to go there if you're looking for an interracial relationship. You can go there. You want to meet another Kenyan guy. There are so many there. And you're like, okay, I'm in Kenya. Maybe he's in Mombasa. Maybe he's in Nairobi, but I don't get to see him. Maybe I won't even bump into him. So you want to increase your chances, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
So there's nothing immoral about being online for online dating.
There isn't.
Because that's what the society has made a lot of people feel in this time and age, that, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Like when someone sees you on Tinder flipping, and then I see the picture of Shiko. Hey, Shiko is on Tinder.
She's a prostitute.
She is.
That's what they say. Sorry for saying this on TV, but yeah, that's what most people say.
So we're getting that clear from your story, and of course you talked about discernment. Now I want to take a look at your growth. You were a teen then, but you've really grown. How have you grown in your relationship? Because I'm sure people say when you date a mature person, your maturity level goes up, things like that. Is it evident in your life?
It is evident in my life, but it's not always a guarantee, because you might date someone who is much older than you, but they're not so mature. You see?
Yeah?
So, but in my case, yes, Greg is mature, and some of the ways that I have grown is that I have changed my mindset completely in terms of like how I see things. And for example, is like planning. Greg is a great planner, and he's always thinking about tomorrow. It's not about today for him. It's always about tomorrow. Okay, today is here, but what about tomorrow? So I've gotten that from him. I've also gotten he's also he can be a financial advisor, by the way. So the way he manages his finances, I like that. And I have learned, and I'm learning, for me, I was a spender. It's like,
You are chop it.
Yeah, but for him, it's like, no, you have to, be careful, and you have to have a budget. So I have learned that, and I'm still learning. And those are some of the things that I have learned. And also how to deal with someone who is not in your generation. He's a baby boomer, and I'm generation Y. Yeah. So it's like, okay. So of course there are ways that I have learned to deal with him. There's some things about me, as a generation Y that he cannot understand.
Okay.
And him as a baby boomer, I have to kind of level up a bit and be on the same page, because you don't want to be the baby, in a relationship. This is your husband. So
it's not the master or father figure.
No. Definitely not a father.
It's a relationship. Definitely not a father figure. She made that very clear.
Yeah, it's a relationship, and so you have to level up. And for him also, he has to calm down a bit. So you have to meet in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. We've had such a conversation, and time is running out. I want to wind up for the next guest, who is a psychologist, a young man for that matter. You do know that the boy children have been saying, Kenyan women, nijua tunaka pesa, tunaka kitu.
Yeah.
So we are trying to tell you guys, Shiro here is saying, relationship. Age, race, if you guys can understand each other, the vision is aligned, and you're happy. So long as people are happy. You've seen Guardian Angels, allow me to mention some celebrities' situation where he's married an older woman, and people say their own, you want to say something to a woman who is feeling they're in that space where they're stigmatized for being young and the kind of relationship that you are. Just as your final remarks, encourage somebody, and also give them your social media platforms.
All right.
Handles, yeah.
So guys, if you are in an age gap relationship or intergenerational relationship, and you are facing so much, maybe within yourself or even without yourself, people trying to pull you down, or yourself pulling yourself down when you are alone, I would like to tell you that it's important for you to be, let's say, bold and courageous in your relationship. You want to show this man that you are confident in your love, and you want to make sure that every single day that you're waking up, you are living your love life to the fullest. Do not take it down, because of any other people or because of your own fears. You have to face your own fears if you are fearful, of which I don't see why you should be fearful if you chose this particular man. Yeah, so just go on and be yourself in your love life.
I like that. Somebody, and when you say that, I remember I need to bring in a show for single women, single mothers. Someone said, love your baby daddy, because that was the choice you made for your children.
Yes.
But we'll figure it out. Now, Shiko is saying, I salute Shiro for her confidence and for the fact that she is proud of her hubby, Greg. Love truly wins and conquers all.
Thank you.
And Osunda Carlos says, watching from Roysambu, I love the show. And my neighbors, who are Nigerians, are loving the show too.
Thank you.
All right, so good morning, Watwa Roysambu and Shiro. Thank you for coming. Say hi to the boys. You're raising amazing kings.
Thank you.
And we love your courage. I said you're bold, brave, and beautiful. And
thank
your
you.
Spirit, my friend, the energy that you have, given us in the studio. And somebody in the TX said, can you find him a white woman? But we have already explained this thing, so I don't know, talk to him, you might attend. Kuna tent ukitoka nje kuna tent hapo nyuma.
Sawa.
Tafuta tu sauti na kama hiyo ya
all right,
try and find him a woman who is white. Thank you for coming, Shiro.
Thank you so much.
Rudi tena.
I will.
We'll follow up, and if another junior comes, we will be happy for you.
Thank you, but akuji
tuache kuuliza kwa TikTok.
No, wache tu hakuji. Yeah, they're telling me to give us a baby girl. I'm like, give you who?
A child is for the community. This is Africa. The child is for the community.
Wakibeba ni sawa.
Wakibeba pia ni sawa. All right, guys, that's it for Shiro Njuguna. Remember, follow her on social media platforms. Yeah. We have them at the bottom of your screen, and show some love. And remember, if you're in this kind of relationships or marriages, like they said, if you're happy, if you're growing, that's all you need. Good morning. We'll be right back with my counseling psychologist, Anthony, and I can't wait to have that discussion.